Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shelby, and it's nice to meet you. So today's video we're going to be talking about anxiety and how to get rid of it, or pretty much how to cope with it. Because you can't really, I see it, you can't really get rid of anxiety, and you kind of have to cope with it. I'm going to give you some ideas of what I do to try to relieve some of my anxiety, and we'll go from there. Again, anxiety, depression go hand in hand. So if you have anxiety, your heart is usually racing. But if you have depression, you're usually very low. You feel like you're not good enough. You feel, it's hard to explain because not everyone's anxiety and depression is like mine. It differs from each person. So more or less is how I am when I have these conditions at the time. When I have my depression spells, I will be very low, be very emotional, crying over nothing. And it's not a bad thing because it's good to get your emotions out, but you don't want to be crying all the time about nothing, because chances are it's not that bad. It's a bad time, not a bad life. I always seem to forget that, and I let my anxiety and my depression take over me some days, and it's really not good because it really affects relationships, work, your whole state of mind. And yeah, unfortunately I was blessed with both of those things, and it's hard to talk about, especially people who don't have either or of these. It's good if you have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a partner, or a friend. You can actually talk to them and be like, this is the problem. This is how I'm feeling, and I don't know why. And you don't have to know why you have anxiety or depression spells. You don't have to know why. It just hits you, and it can be random. I know with me, it hits me sometimes when I'm driving and my heart will start to race, and it's just like random spurts of anxiety. And it can be before like a meeting at work, it can be like before confrontation with my boyfriend. It can hit you at random times. And then also my depression, it hits me, that one is more or less random. So you want to find people who understand it, pretty much. You want to find ways you can tell them if they don't understand, because chances are if they don't have either of these things, they're not going to understand it. And they'll be like, why are you talking so fast? Why are you sweating? Why is, like, things that you can't explain to people who don't have these conditions. And it is hard to explain, but you don't have to be ashamed of it, because you honestly can't help it. And I see on Facebook and whatever, these social medias, that people should be like ashamed or bashing people because they have these conditions. Nothing to be ashamed about. It's something that you can't help. It's something you're gonna have to live with. Yeah. Now, I went off on a little tangent here. I'm gonna get onto the ways I cope with my anxiety / depression here. Again, these probably won't help with everyone, but these are my ways I try to cope and try to alleviate symptoms of my anxiety and depression. So what I do is, I usually like to, if I'm having an anxiety attack per se, I usually will like to sit in the bathtub while the water is running over me. It's something about the hot water and just really relaxing. It takes the stress off your body, especially after a long day at work, or you just had a long day in general. That's one thing I do, and it really does help. Another thing is, you need to find a hobby, something that keeps you busy, something that just keeps your mind busy and not have your mind racing 24/7, because you don't want to be in constant an anxiety attack. You don't want to be in that, because that's not fun. I know my hobby is singing when I'm not working or I'm not doing something else. Singing is really an outlet for me to feel good, to express my talents, to clear my mind, pretty much. You can read, you can color, you can go for a walk, you can go for a jog, you can go for a bike ride, or even just walk around and see the scenery outside. I know fall is right around the corner, and the trees are changing very quickly. I know I live on the East Coast, so I'm looking at my window right here, and I can see literally there's red, yellow, and then orange. It's beautiful. I'll try to insert a picture so you can see what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to go ahead and flip the camera right now. But yeah, you want to keep yourself busy. You don't want to be slumped all day and be in constant anxiety. Or better yet, you don't want to be in constant depression. So with my depression, I do the same things. I do take the shower, I do try to sing, I do try to write things down. But you really need to talk to someone. And if you don't have a boyfriend, girlfriend, or a partner, find a friend, talk to a family member, or even maybe go to therapy. I mean, a lot of people are against therapy. I myself don't go to therapy because I don't see the point. But people really do find it therapeutic in their own way. You can find anything. You can talk to people online. You can find people. You can meet new people and talk to them about it. I'm trying to give you some ideas here because when I'm having these issues, I talk to some of my girlfriends and I talk to my boyfriend. My boyfriend also has anxiety and depression, so we talk to each other and be like, how do we solve this? How do we come out of it? You want to find a way you can distract yourself because you don't want to be constantly thinking and thinking and thinking because that's how you get into your mind too much, and I'm guilty of this. Thinking of bad things you don't want to be thinking about that can get you right back into your depression or give you right back to your anxiety start going off. I do this all the time. And I have to talk myself out of it because I don't want to be depressed and I don't want to have an anxiety attack just for overthinking everything. And that's another thing. Overthinkers have the worst anxiety. I overthink literally everything. I think I'm always doing something wrong. I think I'm not doing something right. It's just, I double think myself when I don't need to. It's these things that get my anxiety going and it drives me crazy. And it's so hard to come out of. There was a time back in 2017 when I was feeling very low and I had wicked bad depression. And at the point, there was no really reason why I was in it. And again, you don't need a reason to be depressed. People are just depressed. And I went to seek help and I got on medicine. And the medicine made me exhausted. So I took myself off it. I just didn't want to do it because of the fact I didn't want to be exhausted at work, at home, with my friends, with my family. So I'd rather just go through my panic attacks and my depression episodes. Again, these will differ for each person. So the medicine route is not really my route to go with my anxiety and depression. To be honest, guys, you just want to, I don't want to say distract, like I've been saying it a lot through this video, to distract yourself, but it kind of is distracting yourself. You want to be kept busy. You don't want to be sitting, slouching on the couch like a couch potato and just scrolling through your phone, because that's how you get into spirals and you get to thinking, like I said before, and when you think too much, you get into it too much. And you really don't want to do that. So I hope these tips of what I do to alleviate my anxiety and depression kind of helped you and give you an idea more or less, that way you can try some new things to try to calm down. Again, guys, don't be ashamed of mental health. Mental health is real, it is unfortunate, and it is not a disability. Don't let anyone tell you that, because millions are living with it, and we don't need to be ashamed like you're told to be. If you guys like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe it for more. I do upload weekly. It's been a little slow recently because I've been working, but I will try to do it weekly again. So make sure you guys do like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. I love talking to you guys. This is part of my therapy, is talking to you guys. If you want to talk back, leave a comment below. I'll try my best to respond. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. And again, thank you so much for watching.